Hey there, folks. Welcome to the random game Unshrinking. The game I have for today is Lode Runner 2, and it's one of the sequels, actually, to the classic Lode Runner, which I used to play back in the day on my Atari 8-bit computer. In fact, after I beat all 150 levels, my brother used to make new levels with the level editor, and I used to beat his levels, and we had a lot of fun with that. This is one of the sequels. It's weird it's called Lode Runner 2 because it's probably like the 10th or 15th game in the series, and it's a 3D type game. When I saw it in the store back in the day, I didn't really pick it up because it's very different, and I don't know how it would be, but finally here's my chance to open this up, see what's inside, and see if the game is any good. So join me and let's check it out. So let's see what's inside this box. By the way, it's in pretty decent shape except for the corner here is sort of smashed. I don't really see any reason to leave the shrink wrap on. I'm probably going to flatten the box afterwards, and also if this corner is sort of crushed, so like if I get the shrink wrap off, I might be able to like restore that. We'll see. By the way, there's a sticker on here. It looks like someone paid $0 for it. I paid a little more than $0. That wasn't too bad. Let's get this thing off and see what's in here. I'm guessing there's at least a CD and a jewel case, but we'll find out in 1 second. And I could use a knife and try to like keep this open a little bit, but who cares? All right, it's done. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's see what's inside the box. Cardboard insert, I'm guessing. Let's see. Okay, so it is a cardboard insert, as expected. Nothing else in there. And what's in the cardboard insert? Oh, yeah, like I thought. It's really just a jewel case. Hopefully a manual inside. There's a registration card. Nothing too exciting there. Let's see if I can get this jewel case open. I always wish they'd put like one of those strips around it, like that you can just open it up easily, but you very rarely get what you want in life, I guess. Come on. All right, there we go. Okay, so we got the CD, which is sort of colorful, and it matches with the backing here. And that looks pretty good. Then there is a manual. And just a black and white manual, not even color or anything. It's funny, it says, "Why not skip this boring manual? All the passion and effort associated with Lode Runner 2 is found in the game, not in the manual. There's just a bunch of printed words on paper nonetheless. Blah, blah, blah. Go play the game." Well, you see how much they respected the manual. I mean, this attitude carried forward to later games where they didn't even bother to put a manual at all. But I actually like these printed manuals, so glad it's in here. And let's check the game out. Alright, so here we have Lode Runner 2, GT Interactive presents. I get a little intro video here. Lode Runner 2, big explosion, very tight font. And this weird video which only takes up like a little tiny portion of the screen, which I have no idea what's going on, except for the fact there apparently are two Lode Runners. There's this guy and then there's also a girl, and they're both very thin. The guy looks like really unnaturally thin, honestly. It looks like his whole body was like stretched like a piece of taffy or something, and like squished at the same time. And I have no idea what's going on here, really. So you just have to take it on faith that it's actually Lode Runner 2. Although, like I said, this is not the second game. It's probably like the 15th game or something like that in the Lode Runner series. I have no idea why they decided to call it Lode Runner 2. So this game is designed to use a joystick, I think. So I have this sort of generic Nyko Airflow joystick plugged in. You can use it with the keyboard also. It does not support the mouse. If you go to the options here, you can configure controls, and right now it's set up to joystick. And you'll see in a second, like, they use this weird isometric thing. And there's so many different buttons, and it only supports 4-button joystick apparently. So I don't even know like how this is supposed to be meant to work. Plus, you have different basic and advanced controls. Let's just all forget all that, go into the game. And for the actual game, I'll pick single player, new. You have a choice of which you want, the guy or the girl. I'll pick the girl just because the guy looks so strange. And then, basically, you can select a puzzle or just start the game. So I'll start the game. Hopefully the joystick will work, because I had some weird issues with it. It's a little bit finicky. So it's loading the intro here, and then I guess this is like a central hub or something. So you appear here in this space, and I can run around. But you see, like, it's this isometric view. First of all, they're really, really tiny, these people. And The joystick, like I said, is a little bit finicky sometimes. You can dig in the ground by pressing the button. If I fall in here, like, I'll just die, basically. So I just lost a life for no reason, but that's okay. And then this is, like, I guess, a hub that you can go to a bunch of different places. So I'm going to go this way. I tried, like, almost all the ways. It doesn't really matter. Just to show you an idea of... And there's multiple ways you can go from here, too. But I'll go this way because I've done it once before. This way I can show you what this is like. So there's like a teleporter that takes you to one of the actual levels. And there's a bunch of different buttons, but for the main part, like Lode Runner, if you've ever played any of them, it's all about like strategic. You have to get all the treasures and avoid the bad guys and use these digging strategically. You can fall through holes. Sometimes you get trapped down there. You can make the bad guys fall through holes. So for some reason, each of these like hub worlds is a level where there's no bad guys first, just to get used to the interface, I guess, which I'm not used to it clearly. I gotta remember, like, it's not like Hubert. It's just it actually uses the diagonals in this game, but it's not really very intuitive. They let you, I mean, it is intuitive. It takes time to get used to it. Let's put it that way. But it's very small, and you don't really know what the hell's going on. So it's hard to see sometimes. Like I was running into a barrier there, and I didn't even realize it right away. So these are the gold over here. It says on the bottom, I have 4 of 12, so I need to get 12. Oops, get back on that ladder. Where are you going? Up the ladder. Okay, there you go. So I gotta get all these gold things here. This one's a little more tricky because it's like it's on top of a platform. There's a bunch of holes in the floor. But I got all of them now. So now the last teleporter opens up, and I can leave. So I'll leave and go to the next level. And the next level you'll see actually has some enemies, so it's a little bit different. So, alright, so I didn't make best time, but I don't really care. Does anybody care about time trials? I'm not like a speedrunner. Alright, so here's the next level. You can see now, you know, these two guys that are going back and forth, but they're not actually trying to get you for some reason. They just walk back and forth in their space. So I can make these guys like fall into a hole. If I dig a hole right here, he'll fall into it. And I can even walk over him at that point. So that's sort of how this game works. Now, I was a little bit confused because I went up this ladder, and I wanted to get this this thing here, which I got, and then I wanted to fall out this hole, but you can't. There's a barrier there. I don't know how you're supposed to know that, but apparently you can't go that way. So I'm basically trapped right now. The only thing I can do is commit suicide, which you can do by pressing X. I just committed suicide and lost a guy. So now I have to try to begin the level again. So this time I'll do it the right way, I guess. So the way Lode Runner always works, since the initial version is, you can dig in the ground, but you only for standing next to the place you're digging. You can't dig straight down. So, like, for example, I can dig here. Well, if I can fall in there. Why is that letting me fall there? Oh, crap. I meant to do that. Hold on a second. Let's try it again. But if you're too close to them, usually it doesn't let you dig. I don't know why it didn't let me go into there. I guess some of these things are like cut away only for let you see what's going on. I'm not really sure. Okay, I was able to fall down there. Now, but I can't go this way. There's a barrier. But I can dig. I can't dig straight down. But since there's two spaces, I can dig into one of them from to the other, and fall down that way. So basically, that's how you do it. So let me continue going through the level, and you can see sort of how it works. This part here is just sort of standard, you know, platforming type action. Not really platforming, but it's sort of platforming. Unfortunately, there's no way to get down from this thing except by hitting the space bar, I think. Like, it won't let me drop otherwise. But if you hit space, it'll make you, sorry, shift. It makes you fall. So I hit shift. There's probably another way to do this, but I couldn't figure it out. And then over here, again, if I fall into this hole, because it's only the size of one gap, it won't let me dig straight down. So I have to actually, before I fall into it, dig another one next to it. Now it's two, and now I can dig down from one to the other. They fill up, though, like, relatively quickly, so you can't just dawdle. You have to go quickly when you do these things. But I did actually get it, and as long as I don't run into that guy, now I can get to the exit because I have all four of them. It's on the bottom 4 of 4. So that's how Lode Runner basically works. So this is sort of, you know, faithful to the original mechanics from that perspective. Although, you know, obviously it's 3D. It's this weird isometric view. Probably takes a bunch of time getting used to it. But it's interesting, and I would try to play it and play it through and see how I do. I'm sure each level becomes more challenging, more enemies, more things you got to figure out. And there's a purple one in this case. Maybe this guy's going up and down ladders. It seems like he's a little more smart than the other people. Some of the enemies can actually pick up gold, which makes it more difficult. So, yeah, these are all things you have to figure out as you go along. But yeah, I definitely will play this game at some point, and I want to sort of see how it's done. I have 5 guys now, by the way. The original Lode Runner, every time you beat a level, you got a new guy. So it might be the same thing over here. Oh, that guy's coming after me. I better be careful. Well, anyway, I'm going to stop the video here. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know if you ever played this game or if you ever played any of the Lode Runner games. Let me know what you think of those games. Let me know what you think of the video. Please consider giving me a like and subscribing to the channel if you're not subscribed if you like this. And I'll do a whole bunch more of these really soon. So in the meantime, have a great day, everybody.